I'm meteorologist Vin Crosby. Welcome to the weather show on the hottest day of the year so far. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s across the Treasure Valley, and because of that, we've got flood advisories going on in the mountains. Gotta say, hey, we love our sponsors, and this weather is brought to you by Clothesline Cleaners. That's right, they clean everything: leathers, jackets, suits. When I mean everything, everything. They even do like mascot suits for like high school and college teams. Incredible. Clothesline Cleaners. Check them out at clotheslinecleaners.com. All right, back to the weather. This is the type of weather pattern we're going to have to get used to when it starts to get hot. Once it gets hot, that happens. Clouds start to bubble off the mountains. The mountain's full of snow. Last year, you may have seen maybe 1, 2, 3 clouds on a day like today because the snowpack was so low. This year, snowpack extraordinary, and so we're seeing a blanket of clouds all formed just from the daytime heat interacting with the mountains and the warm air rising off that moisture-laden snowpack as it melts. All right, the flood advisory, as I mentioned, is in effect for all the mountains back up because of the rapid snow melt. So all the streams and creeks that are already high are going to soar over the next 12 to 24 hours, maybe even 36, because tomorrow's temperatures are going to be cooler but still on the very warm side, as you'll see in just a second. And, of course, the Boise River is still underneath the flood warning, and that's going to continue, although the flow has come down to around, say 8,300, 8,200 CFS. Flood stage is 7,000 CFS, so still a long way to go. One thing to note, with these clouds popping off the mountains, anytime we get a disturbance to move on through a cold front or something like that and the storms start to pop, that's when we get the high gusts of winds to come on down, and that's when we'll start to see some trees in and around the river areas start to fall because the roots have no base. Everything's kind of mushy, if you will, because of the water content. So today, the warmest day of the year, but we do have that cold front coming on through. Let's check out the temperatures and see your weather forecast over the next couple of days, next 3 days. Big changes in temperature again, go figure. As we start off the month of June, we're going to start off cool. So like every month before, we started off very cool and just downright chilly back in the winter months. June's going to start off on the cool side as well. You can see temperatures in the 90s today, dropping back into the 80s tomorrow, and then in the 70s going on in towards Friday. And so we are Thursday, rather. And so once we get on into Thursday with temperatures in the 70s, there'll be a disturbance coming through. That's when we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms. Most likely Wednesday night in throughout the day on Thursday afternoon, and Thursday evening. However, just looking at the clouds today, I see towering cumulus all over the Oahes. And then back here, we get cumulus clouds starting to pop. And so don't be surprised to see some showers in and around the Oahe Mountains with maybe one of those pulse thunderstorms or back up in the high country. And remember, those flood advisories are in effect. Thunderstorms, could be strong and pulse up with some hail and gusty winds. And then once the initial wave of storm activity happens, we usually get that rain falling into a very dry atmosphere. And then that starts to form what we call downburst winds. And that wind comes down and spreads out across the valley and then just rolls down through the valley. You know what I'm talking about if you lived here for some time. So if you did some planting or maybe some trees, you put in some new trees, make sure they're strapped down, kind of like they are here at Kleiner Park over in Meridian. You really want to tie them down because those winds will come through and possibly push them over. So that's kind of the way things are shaping up. Hot day today, warmest day of the year. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s across the Treasure Valley. We'll drop back into the 80s tomorrow, and then back into the 70s, maybe even the upper 60s when the rain and the hail settle on in. But we'll see how long that cool air mass lasts. I mean, it's kind of a good thing that the cool air is going to come in. Worst case scenario right now would be several days of 90-degree temperatures, which usually happens this time of the year. But with this cool snap that's going to come on in and may prolong some of that melting and give us a little break, especially in the backcountry with the high rapid snow melt that comes on down through the area. So that's the way things are shaping up for the weather show with Vin Crosby today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for our sponsors. We got some great sponsors today. Sponsor Clothesline Cleaners. We've got our friends all over the Treasure Valley, and we're adding some more, which is fantastic. And big big news going to be coming up over the next couple of days about the weather show with Vin Crosby. All right, tell your friends and family about it. Subscribe if you haven't on YouTube. Then you'll see updates when I update the show. And then share on social media. I'd appreciate that if you would do that. It would help me. It would help you. It would help everybody. I think if you do subscribe, I'm going to go out and say you can have perfect weather on any day you want. All right, that's a blatant lie. I'm lying. You have yourself a great day.